Does this movie not remind anyone of 12 Years a Slave? Like, anyone? Like, does anyone see a similarities? Like, 12 Years a Slave won Best Picture. It's a good movie. I don't think it deserves Best Picture, but it won Best Picture. This movie is like the world geography version of that, trying to get Best Picture. It's not happening. The Birth of a Nation. From director of Nate Parker. This is his first ever film, and Nate Parker, this is his first film, and he's going for an Oscar. Like, he is going for it. He watched 12 Years a Slave, he did some world history, and then he says, like, you know what? I want to play Nate Turner, I want to direct it, and I want to be Nate Turner and show off the revolution. Okay, so literally, interesting fact. This is actually pretty funny, and I'm not lying at all. So we were literally this week in history class learning about Nate Turner and what he did for the slave rebellion. I was literally learning this. I had no idea the movie was based off him, so that's a really cool fact, just letting y'all know. But either way, this movie is about Nate Turner, who's played by Nate Parker, and so the story is Nate Turner is a slave. He's a very smart slave, and so when the prices go up for slave, and they don't want to pay for certain things for the slaves, Nate Parker, he's like, you know what? They're like, you know what, Nate? You can go be a priest. You can go do this. And he's like, I'll preach for the slaves. I'll show them hope, whatever. And he starts saying, like, you know what? I think God and the lines in the Bible are telling me I need to kill all these white people, and I need to make a rebellion. So that's what he does. He makes a rebellion towards the end of this movie. Listen, guys, I have to say right now, Free State of Jones to me was a real geography movie. It was a very boring movie. It had good acting, and directing was very world geography. This movie has really good directing, really good acting, an interesting story, and this is what Free State Jones wanted to be. But this movie is a world geography movie, a lowered version of 12 Years a Slave. I will say the positive. First off, Nate Parker as Nate Turner, he did a really good job. Like, Armie Hammer was in this movie too. He did a good job. All the acting around was really good. Jakey Earle Haley was evil in this movie. They are all good acting. The directing was very good. They were very good directing this movie. There was a good directing in this movie. Like, the camera work looks really good. The cinematography looked very world geography-ish, and I wasn't a very fan of that. But overall, the directing was good, the acting was good, and the story in this movie is very interesting to learn about Nate Turner and what he did to the slave rebellion. Like, what he did some really big stuff to the rebellion and the slaves, and what he did, what he caused. He caused all these people to come together of his belief of God telling him to do this kind of stuff from the Bible. And it's a very interesting story, and the movie definitely intrigued me. But man, this movie just felt like it was just asking for an Oscar. It was asking to be 12 Years a Slave, but it wasn't that because I don't know why, to me, this movie was nowhere near as brutal as 12 Years a Slave. Like, that movie went for it. They don't care. This movie just felt like a very, very TV version of that movie. But overall, in its own story and own characters, it was interesting. It had good acting. It had good directing. And when I sat there and I left the movie, I was like, okay, I'll probably never watch it again. I'll probably forget about it in the next week or so, because it's not memorable like 12 Years a Slave. It didn't punch you in the gut and be like, whoo. Like, it didn't do that. It was like, okay, it's interesting. I'm very bored. The first half of this movie is super boring to me. And then toward the end, when the rebellion actually happens, I was entertained and it was interesting. But overall, Birth of a Nation, I really don't see this movie winning Best Picture. I hope it doesn't, because I hate to say this, but I don't want another slave movie to win Best Picture. 12 Years a Slave was a good movie, but it wasn't like amazing to win Best Picture in my opinion. But overall, I thought Birth of a Nation was better than Free State of Jones, and that's why I'm going to give this movie a B-. Yeah, I'll give it a B-. I definitely think Nate Parker has a future in movies, but overall this movie it was a good first movie, I will say that. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys!